Before we get into this story, I want you to think about secrets. Family secrets. The kind that change everything when they come to light. The kind that make you question every memory, every moment you thought you understood. My sister disappeared 3 years ago, and finding her diary should have brought me closure. Instead, it opened a door I can never close. What I learned about her, about my family, about the night she vanished. Some knowledge you can't unknow. Pause 2 seconds. If you're close with your siblings, you might want to call them after hearing this. My name is Emma, and I'm 26 years old. My older sister Lily was 28 when she disappeared on March 15, 2022. She vanished from her apartment with no signs of struggle, no goodbye, no explanation. Her car was still in the parking lot. Her phone was on her kitchen counter. Her purse, her wallet, her keys, all there. The police investigated it as a missing person case. They interviewed everyone she knew. They searched the area. They found nothing. After 6 months, the case went cold. After a year, most people stopped asking about her. After 2 years, even my parents started talking about her in past tense. But I never gave up hope. Lily and I were always close. Growing up, we shared everything: secrets, dreams, fears. When I was being bullied in middle school, she was the one who stood up for me. When she was going through her divorce, I was the one who let her move in with me. We were more than sisters. We were best friends. Subtle bass note, emotional foundation. Last month, my parents decided to sell our childhood home. They couldn't keep it anymore. Too many memories, too expensive, too painful. They asked me to help clean out Lily's old room, sort through her things. I drove out to the house on a Saturday morning. Walking into Lily's room felt like stepping back in time. Our parents had left it exactly as it was the day she moved out for college 10 years ago. Posters on the walls, books on the shelves, her old desk in the corner. I started going through her closet, boxing up clothes for donation. Summer dresses she'd worn to family barbecues. The leather jacket she'd bought herself after her divorce as a new beginning gift. Her old college sweatshirt that she refused to throw away even though it was falling apart. Each item brought back a memory. Each memory brought fresh tears. That's when I remembered. Our hiding spot. When we were kids, Lily and I had discovered that one of the floorboards in her closet was loose. We'd been playing hide and seek, and I'd bumped against it accidentally. It wobbled under my foot. Together we'd pried it up and found the small hollow space beneath. For years, that was our secret spot. We'd hide things underneath, notes we'd passed to each other during fights with our parents, candy we'd stolen from the kitchen, the diary I kept when I had my first crush, small treasures we wanted to keep secret from everyone else. It was our place, our sister sanctuary. I hadn't thought about that hiding spot in probably 15 years. After we grew up and moved out, I'd completely forgotten about it. But now, kneeling in her closet, surrounded by her old clothes, I found myself pulling at that same floorboard. It took me a minute to figure out which one it was. They all looked the same now, but then I found it. The one that wobbled slightly when I pressed on it. It came up easily, revealing the small hollow space beneath. Darker than I remembered, dustier. And there it was. A leather-bound diary, worn and dusty, sitting exactly where we used to hide our childhood secrets. My heart stopped for a moment. This was recent. The leather wasn't ancient, like something from our childhood would be. This was new, or relatively new. Lily had used our old hiding spot as an adult, which meant whatever was in this diary, she'd wanted to keep it secret. Very secret. Tension music begins. My hands were shaking as I picked it up. The leather was soft with age. Lily's name was embossed on the cover in gold letters, already fading. I opened to the first page. Her handwriting, I'd know it anywhere. The first entry was dated January 3rd, 2022, just 2 months before she disappeared. Started this diary because my therapist says writing helps with anxiety. Don't really know what to write. Work is fine. The divorce from Mark is finally final. Emma's been amazing through all this. Mom and Dad keep asking when I'm going to get back out there, like I'm some kind of broken toy that needs fixing. Maybe I am broken. I don't know. My eyes welled up. I remembered that time. She'd seemed okay on the surface, but I knew she was struggling. I kept reading. The first few weeks of entries were mundane. Therapy sessions. Work stress, her thoughts about being newly single at 28, complaints about our parents' constant questions about her love life. Then, mid-January, the tone shifted. Met someone today, not romantically, just someone who actually understands what I'm going through. Someone who's been through something similar. We talked for hours at the coffee shop. It felt good to be heard. Really heard. I didn't even get their name. Weird. Ominous drone note. The next entry, 2 days later, ran into that person again. Same coffee shop. They were waiting for me. That should probably creep me out. But it doesn't. We talked even longer this time. They told me things about themselves. Dark things. Made me feel less alone in my own darkness. I felt uneasy. This didn't sound like Lily. She was always cautious about new people, especially after the divorce. I flipped through more pages. The entries about this mysterious person became more frequent, more intense. They understand me in a way no one else does. Not even Emma. They've seen the parts of me I keep hidden, and they don't judge. They see my anger, my resentment, my darkness, and they say it's beautiful. My stomach dropped. Anger, resentment. Lily had never talked like this to me. Sudden bass, drop first major concern. February entries were worse. They showed me something today. A place where people like us can be free. People who are tired of pretending to be okay. People who are ready to embrace what society calls wrong. I'm not sure I'm ready, but I'm curious. They said I don't have to decide yet. Went to the place. It's not what I expected. It's beautiful in a way that scares me. Everyone there has the same look in their eyes, like they've woken up from a long sleep, like they've finally given themselves permission to be honest about who they really are. What place? What people? I was reading faster now, my heart pounding. Emma called today. Asked if I was okay. I lied and said yes. I'm getting good at lying. They taught me that. They say the people who love us are the ones who cage us the most. They mean well, but they keep us small, keep us normal, keep us safe. But what if I don't want to be safe anymore? My hands were shaking so badly I almost dropped the diary. This didn't sound like my sister. This sounded like someone had gotten into her head, manipulated her, changed her. Dark, heavy music. The entries in March became erratic, the handwriting messier, more frantic. Mom and Dad would disown me if they knew. Emma would try to save me, but I don't want to be saved. For the first time in my life, I'm not pretending. I'm not playing the role of the good daughter or the strong sisters or the resilient divorcee. I'm just me, the real me, the me I've been hiding my entire life. They said it's almost time. The group is going to the retreat next week. 3 days in the woods, no phones, no distractions, just us, being our authentic selves. I'm terrified. I'm excited. I feel more alive than I've felt in years. Retreat. Woods. Group. This was sounding like a cult. I flipped to the entries from mid-March, just before she disappeared. March 13th. Told work I need a week off for a family emergency. Told Emma I'm going to a spa resort to clear my head. More lies, but they're necessary. This is my choice. My life. My freedom. March 14th. Packing for tomorrow. They said to bring nothing that connects me to my old life. No photos, no phone, no identification, just myself. That should scare me more than it does. Silence, then slow, haunting strings. March 15th. The day she disappeared. The final entry. My hands were trembling so badly I could barely read it. The handwriting was almost illegible, scrawled quickly. It's 2 a.m. Can't sleep. Tomorrow changes everything. They explained what the retreat really is. It's not what I thought, it's permanent. They said once we go, we can't come back. We leave our old lives behind completely. New names, new identities, new purpose. I wanted this. I thought I wanted this. But now I'm sitting here in my apartment. And I keep thinking about Emma, about Mom and Dad, about the life I'm about to erase. They're picking me up at 3 a.m. I have 1 hour to decide. If I go, everyone will think something terrible happened to me. They'll search. They'll grieve. They'll never know I chose this. If I stay, I go back to being the person I've been pretending to be, safe, normal, miserable. I don't know what to do. Emma, if you ever find this and you're the only one who would know to look in our old hiding spot, I need you to know whatever I chose, it was my choice. Please don't blame yourself. You were the best sister anyone could ask for. You were the only thing that made me hesitate. I love you. I'm sorry. Sharp string, stab, devastating revelation. The entry ended there. The rest of the pages were blank. I sat on the floor of her closet, crying, the diary clutched to my chest. She left. She chose to leave. She chose to disappear, to let us think she was dead, or kidnapped, or worse. But who were they? What group? What retreat? I flipped back through the diary, looking for any clue about this person, this group, this place. But Lily had been careful. No names, no locations, just vague references. I took photos of every page with my phone and put the diary back in its hiding spot. I couldn't show this to my parents. It would destroy them. The daughter they loved, the daughter they'd grieved for 3 years, had chosen to abandon them. Music fades to almost silence. I went to the police with my photos the next morning. I brought printouts of every page, highlighted the concerning parts, made a timeline of the entries. Detective Martinez, the same detective who'd handled Lily's original missing person case, looked through everything carefully. His expression grew darker as he read. "This is concerning," he said finally. "But Miss Emma, I need to be honest with you about what we can and can't do here. She was manipulated by some cult," I said. "Someone brainwashed her. This isn't her. You have to find her." "The problem is legal definitions," he interrupted gently. "Your sister was 28 years old, a legal adult. If she chose to join a group, commune, or organization, even one we might personally find concerning, that's technically her right. Unless we have evidence of criminal activity, coercion under threat of violence, or that she's being held against her will." She wrote about a permanent retreat, about leaving everything behind. That sounds like coercion to me. Unfortunately, it also sounds like dozens of voluntary communes and off-grid communities that exist perfectly legally across the country. He said, "People join them willingly. They choose to disconnect from society, from family. It's not illegal." He leaned back in his chair, looking genuinely sympathetic. "These groups exist. We know they do. They prey on people going through transitions, divorces, job losses, deaths in the family. They offer community, purpose, acceptance, and yes, sometimes people do disappear into them permanently. But without evidence of coercion under threat, without knowing which specific group or where they are, we can't force anyone to come back. So she's just gone, and there's nothing we can do? Keep the photos, keep the diary. If you find any other evidence, names, locations, anything concrete, bring it to us immediately. We'll follow up on any solid leads. But realistically," he paused, choosing his words carefully, "your sister doesn't want to be found, and legally, she has that right. I haven't told my parents. I can't. Let them think she was taken. Let them keep their grief pure, untainted by the knowledge that she chose to hurt them. But I can't let it go." Long pause, 3 seconds. "I've spent every day since then searching online for groups, communes, retreats that match what Lily described. I've joined forums for families of missing people who suspect cult involvement. I've talked to cult exit counselors and private investigators who specialize in finding people who voluntarily disappeared. I've looked at hundreds of websites for alternative communities and spiritual retreats. Some are harmless, hippie communes, eco-villages, meditation centers. Others have that same unsettling vibe from Lily's diary. Promises of authentic living and freedom from societal constraints. None will tell me if Lily's there." And then 2 weeks ago, on a Tuesday morning at 3:47 a.m., I remember the exact time because I couldn't sleep and was checking my email obsessively. I got a message from an unknown address. No subject line. The sender was just a string of random numbers and letters. The kind of anonymous email you get from an encrypted service. Just one sentence. "Stop looking for me, Emma. This is where I belong." I stared at my phone screen for a full minute, my heart pounding so hard I thought I might pass out. It was her. I know it was her. The way she wrote my name, the phrasing. That was Lily. My sister was alive. My sister could send emails. My sister knew I was looking for her. And she was telling me to stop. I replied immediately, my fingers shaking so badly I had to retype it 3 times. Lily, please, just tell me you're okay. Tell me you're safe. Tell me you're happy. I don't need you to come back. I just need to know you're all right. Please. I love you. I sent it at 3:52 a.m. It's been 2 weeks. No response. Detective Martinez said the email was sent from an encrypted server routed through multiple countries, impossible to trace. Whoever sent this knows what they're doing, he said. They don't want to be found. I replied again, and again, and again. Different words each time, but always the same message. I love you. I just want to know you're okay. Please respond. Nothing. I check my email every hour, multiple times an hour. I've set up alerts so I'll know immediately if anything comes through from that address or any variation of it. I drive past her old apartment sometimes, hoping to catch a glimpse of her. I go to the coffee shops she used to frequent, the bookstores she loved, the park where we used to walk when we needed to talk about something serious. I know she's not there, but I go anyway. I dream about that hiding spot, that diary, those final words. Whatever I chose, it was my choice. But here's what haunts me most. What if I'd been a better sister? What if I'd seen the signs? What if I'd asked the right questions instead of accepting her lies? What if I could have stopped her from choosing to disappear? The not knowing is killing me, but somehow knowing might be worse. Because if she's in danger, I can't save her. And if she's happy, then I've lost her anyway.